going to be a new one for me until the main camera on the main computer comes online. I'll just do it this way. Hi there, folks, it's just me. This morning I got inspired to write down in a block form a kind of timeline for what I believe you wise virgins and the servants of the Lord and mankind in general will be going through from the rapture on. It's basically, I've collected all the visions that I've had since the 90s, since I started getting them, and put them into some sort of timeline. So anyway, I'll try to go through them as quick as I can, because there's about 40 general points. But in each one of the 40 points, I could go into greater detail about some of the stuff that I've seen there. Anyway, okay. After the rapture, once we're up in the cloud, we'll go on a trip for a little while, and then we will enter into heaven. And heaven is an amazing thing, and I could go on to that forever. And then once we're in heaven, you're going to see the heavenly city and the walls and the interior, and it's amazing. And then you're going to see your pillar. You have a pillar there around the sea of glass under the temple. There's a pillar with your name on it. And inside the temple is a rock, and that rock is a white stone. And that white stone has your new name on it, known only between you and God, nobody else, anywhere. Then after that, you're going to be taken to your mansion, and you're going to see what you've sent ahead in terms of all your works for the Lord and everything you've done for Him with a sincere heart, for God's glory. And then you're going to check out the rooms, and the rooms in your mansions are amazing things, let me tell you. And then there's going to be some free time, and then we're going to be greeting the martyrs, because after the rapture, at some point, all the martyrs are going to be beheaded, and they will end up in heaven. There will be a separate ceremony for them. And then after that, we will be preparing for the wedding banquet, the wedding and the banquet. We can help with the setup as well, I'm sure, if we want to. Then after that will be the actual wedding ceremony, which will be an amazing thing, where all you wise virgins and the servants of the Lord will become one with the Lord Himself, with our Savior, with the Creator of the universe. And then there'll be the banquet as well. And then there'll be some free time in heaven. Then after that will come the white seat of judgment, where you servants will be judged on what you did and did not do while under the lordship of Jesus. And you'll also be given your positions of authority too, from that point on. Then there'll be some more free time in heaven. Get to explore heaven's landscapes and everything else that there is there. And then it's time to prepare for the Battle of Armageddon. Some of you wise servants, not all servants of the Lord, will be participating in the battle, but some will be fighting along with the angel armies. And then after the Battle of Armageddon, we're going to watch the new sun create the new earth. Book of, I forget which prophet, but it's in the Old Testament, tells us that the sun, during the time when earth is being restored, the sun will burn 7 times brighter, which means it's going to expand, which means it's going to send out a shock wave and a heat wave, which will shake the planet Earth and burn it down. But I ramble again. And then after we see the sun recreate the new earth, it'll be time for you wise servants with your positions of authority on the 1,000 years of peace. Go look down for the remnant of survivors. And there'll be about 5,000 people the world over that will have survived Armageddon, as well as the earth shake and the earth bake. And then day 1 of the 1,000 years of peace, you're going to see the judgment of the nations. That's when all the remnant are gathered together and they will be judged. And then there'll be judgments of the Israelites, but that's on a whole new timeline from we of the engrafted branches. Then it will be time to locate your piece of land on the new earth during the 1,000 years of peace. By this time it'll all be smoldering and burnt out, and it'll still be smoking here and there, but the new life will be starting to grow too. new plant life, new animal life, and new sea life. And then it will be time to establish your position of authority amongst the people that will be under your care, the remnant of survivors. And you will help settle the remnant of survivors on their lands too. Help them build a shelter, and the earth will be perfect then, so it will also help take care of them as well. And then from that point on, it'll be time to let the nations grow. Those 5,000 remnant of survivors are going to grow into billions during the 1,000 years of peace. And the earth will look after them. It'll be restored in Eden-like. And then, during the 1,000 years of peace, you wise servants can basically, apart from your positions of authority, apart from learning, get to do whatever you want, the desires of your heart, explore, because you'll be able to travel between earth and heaven, as well as the universe too. So there'll be plenty to do on your free time. Then after the 1,000 years of peace, you'll be given your, or during the 1,000 years of peace, you'll be given your position of authority, the desires of your heart, learning about creation, the laws of nature, the quantum reconstruction. Jesus will show us how to control and manipulate the quantum matter of the universe, so that we can walk on water, and we'll be able to tell a mountain to move, and it'll move, and so many other amazing things. Then there'll also be family time, exploration, discovery, and construction. You'll be able to help with new inventions and creating new vehicles and new technology. And we will also be building a fleet of 12 galaxy ships. But mankind during the 1,000 years of peace will not be able to go beyond the solar system. The rest of the universe is off limits, because mankind during the 1,000 years of peace, the remnant of survivors, they will still have that ability to sin, and sin is not to be released into the universe at all until after the 1,000 years of peace. So anyway, towards the end of the 1,000 years of peace, we've got to prepare for the release of the devil. Remember, Satan's going to be released for a season, and it'll be during that time, those few months when he's out there tempting all the remnant of survivors, their great-great-great-grandchildren. He'll be tempting them to find out which ones are going to give into sin and which ones are not. And he will eventually build an army over those few months. And the tools will be turned into weapons. All the technology, they will be perverted and, of course, turned into weapons. And it'll be time for you, servants of the Lord, with your super and hypernatural characteristics, to be able to help save the innocent and protect the people and property. Because I'm sure Satan and all those who choose to do evil will try to cause as much destruction on the face of the 1,000 years of peace, that world. And then after the 1,000 years of peace, there will be the final battle. And eventually, when Satan gathers all the armies of the nations and they surround Jerusalem and they try to destroy Jerusalem again, that's when God's fire falls down and destroys them. So the last army of sin and Satan will be destroyed by fire. After that, we should be preparing and restoring any damage that has been caused during the 1,000 years of peace to get it ready for God to eternalize it. And after that, there will be a final wrap party. The world will get together and we'll celebrate all creation as we come to the end of the 1,000 years of peace. Then after that, there will be judgment time for all of mankind. Everybody that's ever existed will come back to life during the final resurrection. And then there will be the separation of those who are included in the universe and those who are excluded in the universe. And then after that, you wise virgins, you saints, you servants of the Lord, we will get to judge the angels, both the good angels and the bad angels, giving them their rewards and their punishments. The demonic fallen angels, well, yeah, there'll be basically one place where they're going to end up. Those birds add a lot. And the good angels will finally be released from their duty in serving mankind. And then the heavenly city will be moved. You'll see God move the big, huge cube-like city out of heaven and onto the earth. And heaven and earth will be combined. The the infinite dimensions and nature of God's eternity is going to be combined with the time-space universe. And they'll become a whole new nature. And then God will move on the earth. God himself will move on the earth. And then that will start the forever day. And the sun goes out. The Bible tells us that we won't need the sun because God will provide all the nourishment to keep the planet Earth growing. And then there will be a new kind of fire. The Bible says the heavens and earth will be destroyed by fire. But it's not a destroying kind of fire. It's more of a purifying kind of fire that goes out, and it'll change the vacuum of space. The vacuum of space. The universe will have a kind of atmosphere. Light years will become seconds when traveling the universe. So time will have a new characteristic as well as distance. Then the universal atmosphere will have the property of water, so that if they wanted to, all sea life on the earth can go explore the universe if they want to as well. The angels will be totally free of their duty, and they will go off into the universe somewhere and establish a world that they've always wanted, something that is prepared for them from the Father, a gift for their service. Then God's new earth will be the brightest star in the entire universe. So it doesn't matter where you go in the universe, the farthest reaches, the brightest star there will be Earth. It will be the home of the Creator. And the people on the new earth will get to eat of the tree of life and drink from the river of life, and they will become immortal. They'll become eternal. And then the fleet of ships that are built with natural human beings in them, they will be dispersed into the universe, so they can map and explore and discover creation. Because the human beings with flesh and blood, they won't have the powers and ability that you wise virgins will with your regenerated, resurrected, or raptured body. You'll be able to think yourselves around the universe. The laws of nature are just a suggestion. But the natural flesh and blood people, they will still be kind of stuck in time. But again, I could go on that, and I digress. So anyway, after the fleet is dispersed, you wise virgins, you can sit around praising God and bringing God glory in the temple and in the city, as well as you can also be going out there creating galaxy games and just enjoying the universe, just having fun with it. All the while, you'll be mapping and exploring and discovering things. And then also be time with your family. You're also continuing positions of authority and fulfilling the desires of your heart. And that will go on for the rest of forever. And we will just discover whole new worlds and whole new dimensions that God has created. So I guess basically that's kind of touching on room 3, which is going to be far more glorious than the world during the 1,000 years of peace, which will be far more glorious than they are now. So things are just going to keep getting better in God's universe. Anyway, that's it. 40 points with a bit of digression. Have fun wherever you are in internet land and YouTube world. Jesus is going to be here soon. Be a blessing wherever you are. And take care. We'll see you somewhere up in the air, or maybe in Jesus' kingdom somewhere over there. Okay. Jesus rules. Talk to you later.